Good morning, students. Today we will have our second class on composition. In our previous class we had discussion on argumentative composition, and today we will be learning about descriptive composition. So for each composition type we have the same word limitation, that is 300 to 350 words, and the entire composition must have at least 3 to 4 paragraphs, right? This is common for each and every type. Along with that, we need to keep in our mind that we cannot use short form, that means abbreviation is not allowed, and we cannot use other term, means we cannot use term other than English, right? And in case of name and location and all, it's better if we use Indian context, the name as well as the place, right? Now let us focus on the aspects of descriptive composition. Descriptive composition, the very word descriptive means description. So you should provide the description in such a way that the reader will be able to visualize your words. Now how can the readers visualize your words? Means you should be able to create a paint picture. Paint picture means picture generally we paint with the help of paintbrush, right? But here our words, when you are composing something, that means your pen has become the paintbrush, and the ink and the words you are writing, all those words are suppose colors. So try to arrange your words, try to choose your words and arrange them in such a way that the reader will be able to visualize your description. Okay, the description should be in such a way. It should, though it will be written in word form, but it should have the essence of a picture. The person will be able to see whatever you are trying to write or you are trying to convey, right? So it should bring from in front of the reader the picture of a place or a person as the writer visualizes it. Means the way you want to means the way you will be explaining, your way of explanation should be such that the person who will be reading can be united with you, means through your words, means your words will make that person able to visualize your picture. Yes, though you will be writing in word form, right? Then here attention to minute detail is necessary. Obviously, if you want to paint a picture through your words, you should be careful about the minute details, right? So the detail should be in such a way that it will sound like it's real and the person will be able to visualize. So if you are providing details of a person or a place, you should be aware of the minute details. In case of person, the physical features, clothing, posture, speech, everything you need to provide in minute detail. And in case of place, again the description, detailed description of the location as well as atmosphere is necessary. Now you must provide the detailed description of the location, but before that you need to be very much aware of that location. Okay, suppose you are providing a description of as for example I'm talking about, you are giving a detailed description of Howrah station. Now you should have the concept of the place clearly. Okay, now suppose you don't know much about that place, but you want to provide the description, and if it doesn't match, then your composition will not be up to the mark. Now you can ask me that, Miss, what can I do if I don't know about the place? Now here again your creation. Yes, you can create your own station over there. As R.K. Narayan created Malgudi station, there is no such station, but he created it it's his own coinage, and he described it in such a way that we find it to be real, right? So you here also in it you can choose an Indian context, you can provide Indian name, and you can create your own destination, and you can decorate your own station as well. So in this particular question you are this particular question actually is meant to check or to test your creativity, right? So here also you can show your creativity, but you must be aware that your description should not sound absurd, it should not sound funny. The description should not be like means you are speaking of a place that is in on earth, but your description sounds like a fairy land or something like, then it will not be fruitful. Understood? Now you should in order to make your in order to compose your composition, descriptive composition, lucid, vivid and water like transparent, you need to use your 5 senses. Yes, means if you were in that position, or as if you yourself has seen the you yourself have seen the place or witnessed everything, means you need to use your own senses, as if you are visualizing, as if you are hearing, as if you are smelling, yes, as if you can touch, and through you the readers will also be able to touch, right? So you need to make these things prominently clear. Yes, so these are the basic things you need to remember before composing a descriptive composition, right? Now I want all of you to go through the worksheet where you will find 2 compositions, and you need to jot down your own points, and then you need to come back to listen to the next part where I will be discussing one. I will be showing you a sample answer of a descriptive composition that is already given in your worksheet. So I will be just reading it out in order to make you understand. It's just a sample answer. You can I expect you all to write a better one than this one. It's just a guideline, just a sample answer that is somehow going to provide you the concept how it should be, right? So I want all of you to pause the video right here and to take a look at the worksheet and to do the work, right? Do that and come back and then listen to the next part of the video. In the first one in your worksheet was given, describe your experience of a day when everything went wrong. You need to describe a day that you have experienced and the day on which everything went wrong, right? So I have given a short name or title to the composition. You can provide a name. If you don't provide, it's better if you provide. If you don't provide, then also it will not affect your marks, right? So an awful day. So you should start the description in a such a way that it will seek the attention of the reader. Yes, the starting should be in such a way that the people will be somehow they will think, yes, what happened next. Yes, in such a way you need to start. So the alarm rang at 5:30 a.m. Early in the morning at 5:30 a.m. the alarm rang. I had examination on that day and mother had set the alarm. It was too early. It was too early for me. I decided to sleep a little more. Sister, wake up. It's 7:45. Don't you have examination? So this was said by obviously someone of that family. So, sister, wake up. It's 7:45. Don't you have examination? my little brother's voice could be heard. So my little brother tried to wake me up. I literally jumped out of bed. I was late. I decided to take the bicycle instead of hiring the rickshaw. This was my first mistake to save time. Okay, so the day when everything went wrong, so from the very beginning only something wrong happened, right? Then you should use the next paragraph because you have completed the first segment. Yes, that you have uh, taken your bicycle instead of hiring rickshaw. This was my first mistake to save time. Then you need to express the what happened next. As I reached the parking garage, I found it closed. Another one. Another something wrong. I had forgotten that it remained closed on weekends. What to do now? I couldn't afford to lose a minute because I was having examination. I was there to take my examination. Then next para. I noticed a tea stall by the garage. I ran there and said, Uncle, the garage is closed. Can you keep my cycle? I am running late and it's urgent. I said to the, it was said to the owner of the tea stall, right? Yes, said the shopkeeper. You can keep it, but make sure to return by 2 p.m. for I shall be closing my shop then. Okay, the shop owner assured him to keep his bicycle, but has given a certain condition. If you are not here by then, I shall put your cycle behind the wall on the adjacent land. At this point, I hardly had time to ponder over the future of my cycle. I almost dragged it to one corner, locked it, thanked him and ran. So see, so far we have read the description. It should be means I hope you can visualize a boy like you who is running out of time. So the you who is going to the shopkeeper, the tea stall, the station, everything. I hope you can visualize. So your description should also be like this, so that while the person will be reading, will be able to visualize as well. Then next paragraph. So you need to understand where I am using the next paragraph. The next segment means next paragraph. The station was far when I reached. The train was about to leave. From the tea stall, the station was a bit far. Somehow I managed to jump into the compartment. Then the train part over. Then see the next paragraph. On reaching the school, I found that I was 40 minutes late and they would not let me enter. I pleaded and told them what had happened, but it did not melt the ice. Broken heart, I started to head back home, boarding the train. Next paragraph. But fate was yet to play a cruel game. When I reached the tea stall, it was nearly 2:30 p.m. The shop was already closed. I checked for my cycle behind the wall, but it was gone. I panicked. Frantically, I kept asking all the people passing by if they had seen my cycle. Everyone looked at me as if I was a fool. Sure I was. In self-loathing and pain, I cursed heaven as walked back home. So this is the day when everything went wrong. So you all are also expected to write down something, and I will be eagerly waiting for your writing. So I hope you all got a clear picture means about how a descriptive composition should be. So now you should concentrate on these points and you need to write your own composition. Till we meet in our next class, I want all of you to take very good care of yourself. Keep on doing your works. Thank you. Have a good day.